Fresh from the showcase here at SwissWatchExpo, we're talking about space flights today. That means we must be talking about a MoonWatch. So let's check it out. This new arrival was one of the most excited, or I've been more excitable about this new arrival than I think any we've gotten recently. Of course, it's a MoonWatch. This particular one has a meteorite dial, and some of you speedy heads right now are probably pretty well versed in this one. But we have a 2010 edition here, which commemorates the American NASA and Soviet Soyuz spaceflight in 1975, which was the first time, I believe, that those two collaborated on a space mission. And this is a watch commemorating that incredibly momentous event, 35th anniversary, in fact, and it's the first MoonWatch to have a meteorite dial. Not the last. Some people may be familiar with the gray side of the moon edition. That's a beautiful, modern-looking one. This is a lot more in keeping with the traditional Speedmaster, and of course, because it is commemorating another space mission, that is exactly what you could expect. There's a few things different about this, but getting into the mission itself, I love a few things about this watch. It has both script written in Latin and Cyrillic to commemorate both teams of astronauts or cosmonauts, depending on how you look at it. One interesting fact about the mission, while they were up there for 2 days, was not aware that both the American and the Soviet astronauts were both wearing MoonWatches on this mission. So I think it is great that they both included the script in both English and Russian to commemorate all of those brave men who went up there, all of them wearing MoonWatches while they did it. This particular one, of course, the first thing you're going to notice, it has a meteorite dial. That's always going to be a scene stealer with any timepiece they put it on. It's cut from a single piece of a meteorite, which I find interesting, and I'm not sure how they were able to get these two different color tones on the dial. As you see, we'll have a much more darker, very dark, almost black type of finish on the dial itself, and the subdials are in a much more traditional silvery type of color, which is a lot more in keeping with the other meteorite dials I've seen in the past, but that's one of the things that makes this incredibly unique. Other than that, a lot of things in common with the Speedmaster. 42 millimeter case. Of course, you do have this ceramic ring around the bezel here. We do have the pumper style pushers and, of course, the high polished crown here. Many things that you'll know and love from the MoonWatch. Again, it wouldn't be a MoonWatch if they departed very far away from that. But otherwise, one of the things you'll notice that sets this apart is it does have a sapphire crystal, an anti-reflective sapphire crystal, in fact, and that's one of the things that makes this unique. You really never know what you're going to get crystal-wise with these special edition NASA commemorative ones. A lot of them, in keeping with the traditional MoonWatch, keeps the hezolite. This one keeps the sapphire, which I'm a big fan of, and it is have a very great anti-reflective coating on it, which I think makes it great for a tool watch type of chronograph too. That's definitely keeping in heritage of what this is meant to commemorate. This is the second edition of the Speedmaster that celebrates the Apollo-Soyuz collaboration. The first one actually commemorated the mission itself and was released in 1975. That was limited to 500 pieces. That's one of the rarest vintage chronographs you can get your hands on. So believe me, if we ever do, you'll be seeing a video on that one as well. This one, like most you would expect, is limited to the year that it was commemorating. So there is 1,975 pieces that were ever produced. So this is still a very, very rare watch, especially in the modern game. This is going to be a lot harder to find as the years go by. One of the things that makes this the most unique, not just the dial, but if you flip it over, we do have this beautiful caseback. You can always expect the caseback on these special editions to be special, but I think this has probably some of the most character, and it's probably the most intricate I think I've seen. This actually has a engraving commemorating the actual docking of these two space vessels, and so you're actually basically seeing the highlight of the mission itself commemorated on the back of this case. We have both Apollo written in Latin and Soyuz written in Cyrillic, which of course is commemorating both teams of cosmonauts and astronauts who went up there. And so you're going to see both the names of the three NASA astronauts and the name of the two Soyuz cosmonauts that are engraved on the back as well. Also, you have space flight and, of course, the date and the limited edition number that this one is. So a lot going on this case back. And again, you flip this watch over, if you're the proud owner of it, I'm sure you're going to be spending almost as much time looking at the back of it as you are the front. It also has this fantastic commemorative box here. This one's in great condition, and you also have a card commemorating the mission and giving you a lot of historical details about that as well. This is a collector's edition watch for the Omega collector or for the space fanatic, and I know there's a lot of you out there that loves collecting these moon watches. It's also just a really impressive example, and of course, it's a rare watch. It's a limited edition. It's not like they're making more of them. So if you're interested in getting this on your wrist, you need to give us a call. Don't let it slip away from you. And of course, if you haven't done it yet, like and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell so you'll be seeing when we drop these new videos. They're coming once a week, but we're getting new stuff in every day. So check us out at SwissWatchExpo.com.